Today, I'm going to show you my workflow to manage sales relationships. This is the exact workflow that I use to take my video production agency, called Represent, to 6 figures in just the first few months of starting it. And you can do the same without hiring a bloated team, managing them, and letting high-value relationships slip through the cracks. But first, in the agency world, there are mainly 2 types of strategies: mass cold outreach and social selling. With mass cold outreach, you generally only get to engage with customers that reply to your messages, and those people are rarely your dream customers. Plus, it takes a few months to set up the infrastructure to start getting those responses to roll in, which is suboptimal and doesn't always work. With social selling, on the other hand, you first get to qualify your prospects so that you make sure that they're absolute best customers that you can have, and then you get to reach out to them in a hyper-personalized way to maximize your chances of success. As an agency owner, you'll need to master both. But if you want to have predictable results, or if you have a smaller target addressable market, then social selling is the best way to go. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on in this video. All right, let's rock and roll. All of my relationships live inside a CRM. No surprise there. In my case, I use Folk. This is the lightweight CRM, optimized for long-term, less transactional relationships. Let's take a look at the sales pipeline, which is the cornerstone of any sales process, of any CRM. And what I want to show you is the statuses that people go through as my prospects in my agency. So we have the no status person, which clearly hasn't entered the pipeline yet. I qualify all of the individuals one by one to make sure that they're my dream customers and that all of the effort that I'm going to put into this relationship is actually going to pay off. Then I'm going to connect with the person. This mainly happens on LinkedIn. Once we're connected, I'm going to start engaging with them, sending them messages, liking their LinkedIn posts, their Twitter posts, etc. Then eventually we'll get to the discovery call when I send them a link, and then I'll have a number of people who have their calls scheduled. If the discovery call is successful and we qualify them for a proposal, that's what we're going to send. The negotiation stage, when they gave us a thumbs up and they're ready to sign, and then the deal will either be won or it will be lost. In social selling, it's all about building relationships with the right customer. So let me show you exactly how I do this. So in social selling, relevance is very important. And here I made a post about hiring, about expanding our team. And the cool source of leads is, of course, the likers, the sharers, the commenters. And you'll be surprised, I had about 3 potential customers who responded to a post about hiring. They see that we're successful, they want to check out what we do, and of course they reach out as a result. So I can directly attribute those type of actions, those type of activities such as posts, to the results that I get in sales. But again, if you click on this reactions, this is a great source of potential leads. And by the way, here I have my existing customers, and I also have my prospects that are currently in my sales pipeline. But most of these people I've already connected with, their first degree connections. And here we have Sarah, who is the second degree connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to qualify her as a prospect. Sarah looks like a fantastic fit, so I'm going to add her to my CRM in Folk. And by the way, in order to have your in-context CRM, you just need to install this Chrome extension that Folk comes with. So I'm going to add Sarah to my sales pipeline over here. To me, the most annoying and frustrating part about building new relationships is the cold start problem, figuring out what to write in that initial connection request. Of course, I can spend 5 minutes, read through her profile and try to figure out what exactly did she comment in that last LinkedIn post, but that's just too much effort for the day-to-day and takes a lot of energy. So instead, Folk comes with an awesome solution, and this is called the magic field. You can write your AI prompt, and based on the information on Sarah's account or on anybody's LinkedIn profile, you can generate a hyper-personalized cold outreach message. Again, this solves the cold start problem where I just have some information about her and I can later customize it and send it in the connection request. The coolest thing about this message is not that we use Sarah's first name as a placeholder, but the fact that we have bringing creatives' visions to life, which is a part of Sarah's profile, but also this AI generated message uses information about my company, about the fact that we help tech startups with video production. This is perfect. I didn't need to think about it. And we close with a nice conversation starter question. I'm going to copy it as is, click connect, add a note, and send the message. And when I go to an individual chat, here at the bottom, I have this icon over here. And here I have a number of my most common templates, so I don't have to copy paste anything or use text expanders. I just pick the type of message that is the most relevant for this stage of a relationship. For example, I have send a case study, I have schedule a discovery call, I have the first touch, the icebreakers, etc. Those use artificial intelligence, the other ones don't. A must-have for social selling is trying to add as much value as possible. And for that, I typically use this template, which will send a case study and a breakdown of how a potential customer can improve their video content or their YouTube channel, because that's the business that we are in. Here I send my video sales letter and some personalized recommendations for this specific lead. But say you tried reaching out via LinkedIn many times and you're no longer getting responses, or you just want to reach out through a different channel, which is always great for social selling. In that case, what we can do here is open up the Chrome extension. And here we have our prospect. I'm going to click on details and click on enrich. And now I can click on send email. And very similarly, here we also have the icon with our available templates. In this case, I can send the YouTube channel audit, for example. So when I send this email, it's going to get logged in Folk automatically, which you will be able to see in a place like this. Just click on the contact and click on interactions and you'll see an email logged. But the cool thing here, for LinkedIn messages, you can also log a message so that you know that you performed a certain activity. So let's go back to LinkedIn and click on this button over here, add to Folk. And just like that, my entire thread is going to be saved to Folk. Again, we're trying to reach out to the highest quality prospects out there, and follow-ups are the name of the game. The whole relationship building stage might take you weeks or even months to build, especially with hard to reach people, so that we want to make sure that we consistently and continually warm up those relationships so that we can schedule that sales call. Let me show you how to make sure that nobody slips through the cracks and you do your rounds. You can do this by setting recurring reminders. So let's open up our prospect in Folk over here, create a new reminder, set the reminder date for next Monday. And most importantly, I want to set repeat date for weekly, and I can create a reminder over here so that next Monday or Tuesday or whenever you do your follow-ups, you can go to notifications over here and you have a list of all of the people that you need to reach out to. Let's click on upcoming. There we have our prospect over here. And we can just go ahead and open this LinkedIn profile link and either send a DM or see if there are any recent posts over here. For example, there is one from 2 days ago. I might want to drop a comment to, again, keep this relationship warm and to keep myself as top of mind for this person. Now I got this response and it looks like we're ready to get our message scheduled. I'm going to pick schedule a discovery call. And this is where I have my discovery scheduling link. By now, we've talked about sourcing leads, connecting, and scheduling your discovery call. Let's talk about the tools needed to streamline those workflows. Most commonly, sales teams use cal.com. In my case, I use SavvyCal. This is to avoid back and forth. Super simple, you're all used to that. Then we're going to use an AI call recorder. A year and a half ago, if a salesperson told you that you no longer need to take rigorous notes to remember what the hell you talked about a month ago with one of the millions of prospects, he would be blown away. Right now, you can sit back and relax and have your AI sales assistant give you all of the pain points from a call, all of the action items to follow up with that person about, and so much more. For that, my recommendation is Grain. You'll have everything automatically synced to your CRM, and it's a massive game changer. Your team can learn from it. I highly recommend. Okay, you had a fantastic call, and now it's time for you to send a proposal. Personally, I send proposals in Notion, and I have a fantastic template for that. I just duplicate this template page, It has 4 different parts to it. We have the discovery recap to reflect everything that we talked about on the phone, the pain points, etc., so that people know why the hell they even need our services. I have all of our services listed here, and the ones I do not like, I just delete from here. And then the person can go to the next stage of the proposal where we have the services described in detail. So I can delete those services as well that are not relevant. I'll also add some timelines over here so that people can feel like the results are real and they're coming up. All they need to do is click on next, learn about the process, then click on next again, make the investment, and this is where I'm going to put a Stripe link where people can pay directly, and off we go. So this is how I do proposals. I know bigger teams use other tools such as PandaDocs to send it at scale, but for us and for many other agency owners, Notion has been absolutely irreplaceable. And the best part is that you can make quick tweaks and quick changes later on. After you send this proposal, if you made a mistake, you can add to it or you can make corrections. To sum things up, social selling allows me to reach out to super hard to reach people. And this is an absolute game changer for you as an agency owner, because your current customers, the customers that you get, determine your future customers. If you get incredible customers to begin with, then the future will be laid just before you. As for the stages, we have the pre-call stage where we qualify the person. Then we connected with that person, we engage with them, and then we scheduled our sales call. I use Folk for that. And for the sales stage, we have the discovery call and proposal and negotiation. For that, I use SavvyCal to schedule the call. Then I use Grain to get this call recorded and summarized using artificial intelligence. Then we use Notion to send the proposals, DocuSign to send the agreements, and Stripe to collect the payments. And finally, there is the client stage. If you absolutely blow away your customers and over-deliver, they will become the brand ambassadors for your company, for your brand. So they will do sales for you. Do not skip any of the activities that this stage may require. All of the tools that I mentioned in this video are linked down below in the description. Try out this workflow, maybe customize it, and let me know how it's working for you down below in the comments. Cheers.